The fading right to privacy, a commodity for sale. Privacy, once a fundamental human right, is now a luxury good, dwindling in the face of relentless technological advancement. The digital age, while offering unprecedented convenience, has ushered in an era where our personal information is constantly mined, analyzed, and exploited. This video delves into the erosion of privacy in the digital age, exploring its implications and urging a conscious effort to reclaim our digital selves. The pre-digital era: privacy as the default setting. In the pre-digital age, privacy was an inherent aspect of life. Physical boundaries defined personal spaces. Interactions were primarily face-to-face, limiting the potential for mass data collection. Our movements, purchases, and conversations remained largely anonymous, shielded from the watchful eyes of corporations and governments. This analog world, while not perfect, provided a level of privacy unimaginable in today's interconnected society. Life before the internet and smartphones was fundamentally different. Information traveled slowly. The ability to track and record individuals' actions was limited. This world, while not without its problems, offered a natural barrier to the widespread surveillance we see today. Digital trails and open doors: privacy under siege. In today's interconnected world, our personal data is more vulnerable than ever before. Today, our digital footprints are vast and permanent. Every action we take online leaves a trace, a digital breadcrumb that can be followed. Every click, like, and search we make creates data, painting an intimate portrait of our lives, often without our conscious consent. This data is collected, stored, and analyzed, sometimes in ways we can't even imagine. Social media platforms, while connecting us globally, have become breeding grounds for privacy violations. They track our interactions, preferences, and even our moods. We readily share personal information, unaware of how it is collected, analyzed, and potentially used against us. This information can be sold to third parties or used to manipulate our behavior. Smart devices, from fitness trackers to home assistants, offer unparalleled convenience but at the cost of constant surveillance. They listen, record, and monitor our activities. These devices collect vast amounts of data about our daily routines, habits, and even our health, often without adequate transparency or control. This data can reveal intimate details about our lives. This information, valuable to advertisers and potentially vulnerable to hackers, raises significant privacy concerns. Targeted ads can feel invasive, and data breaches can be catastrophic. Data breaches, increasingly common and severe, expose our sensitive information to malicious actors. These breaches can have far-reaching consequences. From credit card details to medical records, the consequences of these breaches can be devastating, leading to identity theft, financial ruin, and emotional distress. The impact can be long-lasting and difficult to recover from. These breaches highlight the fragility of our digital infrastructure and the urgent need for robust security measures. Protecting our privacy in the digital age is more critical than ever. The erosion of privacy is often framed as a trade-off for convenience. In our hyper-connected world, this trade-off has become almost second nature. We surrender personal information in exchange for personalized services, often without a second thought. Targeted advertising and seamless online experiences are just a few of the perks we enjoy. This Faustian bargain, however, raises profound ethical questions. What are we really giving up in this exchange? Are we truly aware of the long-term implications of this exchange? Do we understand the full scope of what we are sacrificing? Have we become so accustomed to the benefits of the digital age that we are willing to sacrifice our fundamental right to privacy? The convenience of today might blind us to the costs of tomorrow. The convenience we enjoy today could come at the cost of our autonomy and freedom tomorrow. The implications are far-reaching and often unsettling. The normalization of data collection and surveillance can have chilling consequences. It can create a society where every move is monitored. It can lead to discrimination, manipulation, and erosion of trust. The very fabric of our society could be at risk. Imagine a world where your job prospects are determined by your online activity, scrutinized by algorithms. Your insurance premiums are based on your health data collected by your fitness tracker, with no room for personal context. Or your political opinions are used to target you with propaganda, shaping your views and decisions in ways you might not even realize. Recognizing the growing threat to privacy, governments worldwide are implementing data protection regulations. These regulations aim to safeguard personal information from misuse and unauthorized access, ensuring that individuals have greater control over their data. The European Union's General Data Protection Regulation, or GDPR, is a landmark legislation that grants individuals more control over their personal data. It sets a high standard for data protection and has influenced many other countries to adopt similar measures. It mandates companies to obtain explicit consent before collecting and using personal information, and provides individuals with the right to access, rectify, and erase their data. This empowers users to manage their digital footprint more effectively. Other countries are following suit, enacting their own data privacy laws. These laws are designed to protect citizens' data and ensure that companies handle information responsibly. However, these efforts remain fragmented, resulting in a complex patchwork of regulations that are difficult to navigate and even harder to enforce. This fragmentation creates challenges for multinational companies trying to comply with varying laws. Furthermore, the rapid pace of technological advancement often outpaces the development and implementation of effective legislation, leaving our privacy vulnerable. New technologies like AI and IoT introduce additional complexities. The effectiveness of these regulations is also debated. Some argue that while they provide a necessary framework, they are not sufficient to address all privacy concerns. While they provide a framework for data protection, enforcement remains a challenge. Regulatory bodies often lack the resources to monitor and enforce compliance effectively. Companies often employ creative strategies to circumvent regulations, exploiting loopholes and leveraging their vast resources to challenge legal interpretations. This ongoing cat-and-mouse game between regulators and corporations underscores the need for continuous updates to data protection laws. Protecting our privacy in the digital age requires a multifaceted approach. We must be more vigilant about the information we share online. Carefully review privacy settings on social media platforms and limit the amount of personal data shared. Exercise caution when granting apps access to your contacts, location, or microphone. Employ strong, unique passwords for all online accounts and enable two-factor authentication whenever possible. Be wary of phishing scams and avoid clicking on suspicious links or downloading attachments from unknown sources. Explore privacy-enhancing tools like virtual private networks, or VPNs, ad blockers, and private browsers to minimize online tracking. Support organizations advocating for stronger privacy regulations and hold tech companies accountable for their data practices. Educate yourself and others about digital privacy rights and empower yourselves to make informed choices about your digital footprint. The current trajectory of data exploitation is unsustainable. We must move beyond the simplistic narrative of privacy versus convenience and demand a future where technological innovation goes hand in hand with robust privacy protections. We need to rethink the design of digital technologies and business models that prioritize data collection. This requires a fundamental shift in our values, recognizing privacy as a fundamental human right, not a commodity to be traded for convenience. Imagine a digital world where privacy is not an afterthought but a core design principle. A world where we can enjoy the benefits of technology without sacrificing our autonomy, freedom, and dignity. This is the future we must strive to create.